Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram.
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 सियावर रामचंद्र की
जय.
श्री सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की
जय.
ओम श्री गणेशाय नमः. ओम श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः. ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः. ओम श्री जानकी वल्लभो विजयते. श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शंकरं लोकशंकरं. समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरं. नमः श्री तुलसीदास सद्वरिष्ठाय धीमते. पूरितं हृदयं येन रामप्रेमामृतेन मे. नीलाम्बुजश्यामलकोमलाङ्गं सीतासमारोपितवामभागं. पाणौ महासायकचारुचापं नमामि रामं रघुवंशनाथम्. अतुलितबलधामं हेमशैलाभदेहं धनुजवनकृशानुं ज्ञानिनामग्रगण्यं. सकलगुणनिधानं वानराणामधीशं रघुपतिप्रियभक्तं वातजातं नमामि. So we started the Kishkindha Kanda in the last session, and we saw that Bhagavan Sri Rama met Hanumanji first. Hanumanji came as a small Vatu, Brahmana boy, inquiring about who are these two very brilliant with Kshatriya Tejas. Who are these two? So he came and he asked both of them, and in a very beautiful way he asked that you don't look like usual Kshatriyas because you are in Tapasa Vesha. You don't look like Tapasvis also because you are having bow and arrow in the hand. Who are you two? Why are you roaming here? And see, your feet are so soft. The ground here is so hard. How are you managing? Why? Why are you here? And Sri Rama explained very nicely that we both are sons of Dashratha. We have come here to follow our father's order, and we had my wife also with us who was kidnapped by a Rakshasa, and we are searching for her. That's why we are here. Then in turn he asked, who are you? You also please introduce yourself. But recognizing that this is Dashratha's son means he is Sakshat Bhagavan, Sri Rama, Hanumanji fell at the feet of Bhagavan. And he was little bit saddened, little bit sad, because he said, see, already I am Jiva, such a fool. I have Moha also, I have Ajnana also, I have my own things. On top of that, if you, Bhagavan also, you forget us, then what will happen to us? Saying this, he came back to his original form and he hugged Bhagavan's feet. Bhagavan said, I have not forgotten you. And don't think that you have all these kind of negativities or vices, etc. No. You are more dear to me, doubly more dear to me than Lakshmana. Okay, that is why I just wanted to see your original form. And then Bhagavan picked him up and hugged him. If you see Guruji's room, no, that beautiful murti is there. Oh, how much love is there between the two. Okay, see, this is actually Bhagavan Mahavishnu and Shivji are hugging. Okay, please remember this point. This is not just Sri Ramachandra and Hanumanji. Yes, of course, in this avatar, that is the role that they are playing. But this is relationship of many yugas, right? Actually, that photo which is famous also, and that murti which is there, is later on in the story, it will come again. But Bhagavan Sri Ramachandra hugged Hanumanji here also. And then he said, who is Ananya Bhakta? Bhagavan explains also. And then Hanumanji also tells that, Rishamukh Parvata is Vanara king. Sugriva is there. You must meet him. He is very distressed because of so many things that have happened in his life. You must give him fearlessness because he is also your servant. And therefore, please meet him. He will also help you in searching for Sita Ji. So Bhagavan said that, okay, let him come down. Because he is not, technically speaking, no, Sri Ramachandra is not supposed to enter into any kingdom. Vanavasa is what is said, no? Vanavasa means he should stay in forest. Now, is Rishyamukha Parvata kingdom? Not like that, but the king is staying there along with all the ministers. So it has become a demi kingdom which is going to attack Kishkindha soon. So we will see also later on that he doesn't enter Kishkindha also actually. Means the main city. He is outside only. He stays outside. Why? He is Vanavasa. He is following the rule. Therefore he says that you ask him to come down. Hanumanji says, you see, he can't come down, and don't think that it is kingdom. It is only me and him. Only two of us are there. There is no army, nothing is there. So Hanumanji himself picks both of them on his shoulders, takes a huge form and takes them to Sugriva. That is where we stopped. Sugriva also, when he sees Bhagavan only, he recognizes that Hanumanji is bringing means, number one, they are not my enemy for sure. And second thing, this is Sakshat Sri Rama. So he also falls at the feet of Bhagavan and he meets Lakshmanji also. And Hanumanji becomes suddenly the mediator and starts telling the stories of both sides. Taba Hanumanto ubhay disiki sab katha sunai pavak saki deha kari jori priti dridhai. So Hanumanji tells the story of both sides. He tells Sri Rama's story to Sugriva and Sugriva's story to Sri Rama. And they do mitrata, keeping Agni, fire, as the witness. That is what we see. Then after that, now Lakshmana comes in and tells the entire story. In short, Hanumanji told, but everything needs to be told, isn't it? So Lakshmana tells the complete story of Sri Rama, right from, what all things happened, and then in Ayodhya also what happened, and then how Bhagavan came and all these things. And it is said, Sugriva becomes very sad listening to this story. Very bad. Why? He's supposed to be the king, he is kept away from the kingdom. Right? He is with wife is taken away. This is exactly like me. That is why Sugriva is sad, not because Sri Rama's story. He says, this is my story. I didn't do anything to Vali, but I am away, and then he took my wife also. That is how mitrata. See, for a friendship, there should be some common ground should be there or not. Some commonality should be there. They always say that to make friendship, because friendship is not the bond of blood. You have relationship with your brother, sister, cousins, etc. You don't have option. You are born in that family, so automatically all. But friendship is not like that. So what is the common ground? If blood is not the common ground, then what? So the likes and dislikes become the common ground. That both have same kind of likes. Oh, you like this movie? I also like this movie. Friendship happens. Very simple. You like Rajnikant? I also like Rajnikant. Friendship happens. Majority of the time, friendship becomes stronger because of dislikes. Common dislikes. You also don't like Shah Rukh Khan. I also don't like Shah Rukh Khan. Greater friendship. Why? A dislike is much stronger emotion than like. So there should be some common ground for friendship to happen. So the common ground here is that the both situations are almost same. For no fault of theirs, they are away from kingdom. They are away from their brother. And now wife is taken up. For no fault of theirs. And that is why Sugriva also feels that, this is very sad. That sadness, partly for Rama, but mostly for himself. That is how it is. And therefore he says, I promise you, I will help you in finding Sita Ji. Now, he says that, actually, when both of us were sitting here and some other Vanaras were also there, that time we saw somebody going from the sky. There was a lady, and that lady was saying Ram, Ram, Ram all the time, and she dropped one cloth. That cloth is there. So he tells Hanumanji to bring that cloth. And looking at that cloth, Sri Rama immediately remembers that this is the cloth from her vastra only, and he hugs that cloth as though it is Sita Ji. Now, Tulsidas Ji does not mention anything about ornaments. But we have seen that cloth will not fall just like that. There should be something inside. And that is explained in Valmiki Ramayana very beautifully. That when he sees those ornaments, he starts to cry because he remembers Sita Ji's face with those ornaments. And he shows to Lakshmana and saying that, you see Lakshmana, these are the earrings that she used to wear. And this is the thing. And Lakshmana is blank. What are you talking? Say, don't you recognize all these things? So Lakshmanji carefully sees all the ornaments and he says, one ornament I recognize. And that is the toe ring. He says, every day morning whenever I will go to prostrate to Sita Ji, that toe ring will be there. When I am prostrating at her feet. That is the only thing that I recognize. It is said that Lakshmanji for such a long time has not even seen Sita Ji's face. And it is not a, exaggeration also. If you see 100 years back, so many families were such that the newly married girl, when she comes after marriage as a wife or as a daughter-in-law in the house, for many, many years, they don't know how she looks like. She will be covered. No mention of it like that is there, but I am saying it's not an exaggeration. 100 years back, if it is possible, then Ramayana time, how do we know what all kind of, level was there of people? But Lakshmanji says that the toe ring I recognize. And from that I can tell that these are Sita Ji's ornaments only. And Sri Rama says that yes, this is Sita Ji's ornaments. Here, Tulsidas Ji does not mention anything about ornaments. He just says that that cloth is found, and then Sugriva also guesses that now Ravana must have taken her and in this direction they have gone. That means they get some more direction into where they should search. And Sugriva has already promised that he will help in finding Sita Ji. Now Sugriva's story, he starts to tell himself. The entire story. Okay. Naat Bali arume do bhai. He starts the entire story that we are two brothers, Vali and Sugriva. And these two are very strong, okay. They both are also born from the Amsha of Devatas only. Indra and Surya. That is how Vali and Sugriva are. Vali is Indra's Amsha. That is why so much powerful. Sugriva is Surya's Amsha. And he says that both of us loved each other so much and we were living like a very happy family. But this Vali has one bad habit. What bad habit? Anytime anybody challenges him, he has to go and fight. He can't say no. There is no strategical mind that he has. He doesn't think. Why? Because so much power is there. Therefore, he thinks, you are challenging, I will show you. So, he has to go and fight. So, he says, like that, one day, Mayasura is there, no? Mayasura's son, Mayavi came. And then Mayavi came at night, where the Asura's powers are more in the night. And he challenged Vali. And Vali, without thinking, said, okay, I will come and fight. So Vali and Mayavi, they started to fight. And fighting, they went into a cave. Now, as Vali was entering into the cave to fight, Sugriva was also there. And Vali is very powerful. So he is telling everybody, don't come in between. Okay, only two of us will fight. So all other Vanaras and Sugriva, all of them are waiting. So he tells 15 days you should wait. Okay, if I don't come out of the cave after 15 days, go back. Go back to the kingdom. Okay. Vali goes inside. Fight with Mayavi continues. It is said that Sugriva waits for 1 month, not 15 days. 15 days extra he waits. After 1 month, blood starts to come out of the cave. And that is not Asura's blood. So Sugriva thinks that now I think Vali is dead. So in order to keep that Mayavi inside, he closes the door of that cave with big boulders so that Mayavi should not come out. And reluctantly he goes back to the kingdom. And because everybody forces, he becomes the king. Okay. But actually what has happened? Vali has killed Mayavi inside. So when Vali is trying to come out, the door is blocked. So he takes, it takes lot more time for him to come out, and then when he comes to Kishkindha and he sees Sugriva sitting on the throne, he gets angry. So he misinterprets the whole thing, saying that you wanted to become king, that's why you blocked me in the cave and you came here and you became king. Now get out of this place. So he beats Sugriva and throws him out. And his wife is also kept. Ruma is his wife's name. Sugriva's wife. Ruma also is kept there with Vali, and he throws him out. And not just throws him out, he keeps sending people to kill Sugriva. So wherever Sugriva is going, he always gets somebody or the other coming. Either Vali himself will come and beat, or somebody else will come. So Sugriva is searching here and there and there. Finally, he goes and finds a place called Rishyamukha Parvata. Why this Rishyamukha Parvata? This is the place where Matanga Rishi is staying. Remember Shabari's place, then he came here only Rishyamukha Parvata. And it is said that once, many years before, Vali killed one Asura named Dundubhi Asura. And Dundubhi Asura's that carcass, that body was thrown near this Rishyamukha Parvata. So when he threw this body, power. So when he killed, he threw it like this. When that body fell, the blood etc., came out and splashed on the Yajna, Yaga, etc. they were doing, and so Matanga Rishi got angry and cursed that Vali, that if you enter this area, you will die immediately. That's what Tulsidas Ji says, okay. Valmiki Ramayana says that you will be split into 1,000 pieces. Yeah, little more graphical and violence is there in Valmiki Ramayana. So he says, so he can't enter. So because of that curse, since Vali cannot enter, therefore Sugriva decides that I should stay here. This is the safest place for me. Very interesting, okay. He actually, we will see later on also, that Sugriva has actually gone to all around the world searching for place to stay. Okay. There are descriptions in Valmiki Ramayana later on when the Vanaras are going in different directions. Sugriva gives them brief of every single place. So some people are going in north, then he tells that you go there, then you will see this, then go still further, then you will see that, search there, that kingdom is there. And there are researchers who have said that the description in Valmiki Ramayana matches even America, which means he has gone even to America. He has gone everywhere, and finally where he found the place? Near Kishkindha, because of that curse. That is how this Sugriva has gone to every single place, and many places they have found. You should see that entire description. Now they have matched. with what kind of geography is there and what kind of environment, what kind of climate, everything he has described. Continents also, and at that time continents were together only. Slowly they have gone separated. So that way they have descriptions at so many places. Of course, what we call as Bali, etc., the area, Somalia and Bali and all this, that anyways was part of Bharata. We have enough evidence of that. But they have gone up to USA and all these places and said that people have come from, Bharata to all these places, right from Ramayana time. That was Sugriva. So Sugriva, after searching everywhere to find a good place to stay where Vali will not trouble, finally he finds that place in Rishyamukha. And therefore he is relaxed that Vali cannot enter. Now he is only worried about if Vali sends somebody. And that is why when he sees Sri Ramachandra and Lakshmana walking, he starts to feel that are these people sent by Vali? And that's why he sends Hanumanji just to check whether they are sent by Vali or not. And that is how it is there. Now, Sri Rama also listening to the whole story thinks that there was no fault of Sugriva. What did he do? He waited for 15 days extra. He didn't want to become king. He was forced to become king, which is right also. There should be king. If the elder brother is not there, then younger brother should become king. There nothing wrong. So he thinks that Sugriva has not done anything wrong also. And therefore Bhagavan says that don't worry, I will kill Vali in one arrow. One arrow is sufficient. Don't worry. And therefore both have promised now to each other. Sugriva will help to find Sitaji. Sri Rama will kill Vali. Now what? Now taking this, there is one very beautiful portion here, Doha number 7. The Chopa is before that and the Doha number 7, where Sri Ramachandra explains who is a friend. And very nice. Jena Mitra Dukha Hohi Dukhari, Tinahi Bilokata Pataka Bhari. He says if a person is not sad by friend's sorrow, then you should not even look at such a person. Why? Even to look at them will create sins for you. Pataka Bhari, Tinahi Bilokita. Just by looking at them you will get papa. Means what? They are very bad. Now he explains Sanmitra Lakshana and Kumitra Lakshana, who are good friends and who are bad friends. Okay, very nice. Nija dukha giri sama raja kari jana, mitra ka dukha raja meru samana, jinake asimati sahajanai, te satha kata hati karata mitai, kupatha nivari, supantha chalava, guna prakate, ava guna nidurava, deta leta mana sankana dharai, bala anumana sadahita karai, Vipati kalakara satguna neha, Shruti kaha santa, mitra guna eha. Shruti says, Vedas say that these are the Sanmitra Lakshanas. What are they? Number 1. Considering one's own sorrows, even if they are big like mountain, considering them to be like a dust particle. And the sorrows of a friend, even if they are like dust particle, considering them to be big like mountain. That is Sanmitra Lakshana. What is this point, Vedji? Don't you think that it is too much? Mountain like sorrow should be considered as mountain like sorrow. Dust like sorrow should be considered as dust like sorrow. Why exaggerate? Point is not that. Point that he wants to say is your sorrow should be considered less. His sorrow should be considered more. That is the point. Why? Because we are very interesting kind of friends. When we listen to our friend's sorrow, we start to narrate how our sorrow is bigger than that. Don't we do that? Or really? Same thing happened with me also. And whatever follows that is nothing same. Nothing same. That probably that friend failed in some exam or something, that is going to cost him 1 full year. The same thing happened with me, What? Once I went to the railway station and railway left. How is this sorrow, that sorrow same? One railway left, another will come. Few hours. No. What I mean is, it happens sometimes. Opportunity goes. This is a big opportunity that is got. In friendship, the most important thing is you cannot be selfish. So the point that Sri Ramachandra is mentioning here is that your sorrows, even if they are big, should be considered small. That is why he is saying, don't unnecessarily keep on telling about your sorrows. And there are some people, I tell you, whatever may happen, they will bring their story into the entire narrative. Then you are wondering, I think this person had everything in life, because whatever topic may be there, they will have their own story. Once, it happened. Nobody wants to know what happened. Now we are talking about this person who is in sorrow. Let us talk about that person. Friendship is where your friend's sorrow is considered to be more, to be big. And therefore you start thinking, you start consoling, you start to find solutions for that rather than telling about my sorrow. That is number one. Second, very important aspect, he says, bringing the friend from wrong path to right path is a job of a good friend. There are so many people, they study Ityasa, etc., and they say, give some examples of friendship, good friendship. First example that they will give is Duryodhana and Karna. I am not even joking. Many of you also think that Duryodhana and Karna, what a great friendship. Why? Karna came to know that he is actually Kunti's son. He could have, and what was the proposal that Shri Krishna came with? If you don't fight, if you come on this side, you will become the king because you are an elder to Yudhishthira. And Karna sacrificed becoming king. Why? Because of his friendship with Duryodhana. Therefore, ideal friendship is Duryodhana and Karna. Nonsense. That is not called ideal worship. Ideal friendship. Ideal friendship means what? You are doing wrong, I will help you in doing wrong. That is called ideal friendship. Sri Ramachandra says here, if you know that the friend is doing something wrong, you have to bring him on the right path. What did Karna do? Put more evil ideas into Duryodhana's mind. Please read original Mahabharata, then you will understand what Karna has done. Don't glorify people just because, some people, they will polish the entire history and they will portray in such a way that Karna was a very pavam, bichara person, nothing wrong. What did he do? Kunti's mistake. He was raised as a Sutaputra and everybody humiliated him and he wanted to participate in competition. Nobody allowed him. Yeah, because it was not open for others. Common sense. Dronacharya's Shishyas are competing with each other. Where are you coming in? I don't understand only. It is like somebody is having competition, 10 standard students. Okay. Now you are 12 standard. You go and say, I also want to participate. No, but it is not for you. This is for specific people. It is intercollegiate competition. Means what? Between the colleges. But this is intra-collegiate competition. Within the college, no, I want to participate. And when it is said no, then how can they say no? So Duryodhana came and made him king and said, now from today you are Angaraja. Now let him participate. But still he is not Dronacharya's Shishya. What is the criteria? You please read rules properly and then come. And then they will create the entire narrative that Karna did not do anything wrong and he was such a benevolent person. Yeah, he was benevolent. But he was a very wicked man. Very egoistic. Actually, he has used Duryodhana to fulfill his wishes. He had grudge against Draupadi because Draupadi did not. Same logic. Draupadi Swayamvara. Who should decide rule? Draupadi, because it is Swayamvara. The title itself says that Draupadi is going to decide. So when Draupadi says, I don't want to marry you, he takes it as an offense. You are going there for Draupadi to choose. And if she is not choosing you, how can you take offense? No, she did not allow me because I am a Sutaputra, whatever it may be. She didn't want to get married to you. Now he took it as a anger point and kept on bringing it again and again. It was Karna's idea. I have always tell this. Please read Mahabharata. It was Karna's idea to get Draupadi into that sabha. Vastra Harana was Karna's idea. Imagine Duryodhana, Dushasana, such evil minds. Even they did not get this evil thought that Karna got. And then you glorify Karna. And then you glorify friendship of Karna and Duryodhana. What is wrong is wrong. Just because wrong thing has happened to him doesn't mean that he becomes right. And actually speaking, nothing wrong has happened to him. He went and cheated his guru. He lied to his own guru and took all the vidya of Astra Shastra, etc. And then you say, oh, what? Who will cheat his own guru and then expect that everything nice will happen? Never. It is not possible. What he has lived is based on his own decisions. The main thing that we have to learn from Mahabharata is that only. Just because you are son of a servant lady doesn't make you small or big. The question is, what are the choices that you make in your life after that? Do you keep on playing that trump card saying that I am Sutaputra and bad things are happening to me? Vidura was also considered to be servant's lady's son, isn't it? Did he ever say that I am not given respect that I deserve? Never he said that. And he raised himself to that standard because of his acharana, because of his dharma. Mahabharata is to understand how two coming from the same end up in a very different ways. Don't glorify people unnecessarily without reading the original text. So Karna's and Duryodhana's friendship is not ideal. Why? Because both were helping each other to do more wrong. Whereas Sanmitra is who stops friend from doing wrong, brings that friend on the right path. That is called as Sanmitra Lakshana. Very important quality. Third important quality he says is, friend is the one who highlights other friends' virtues publicly. And the vices he tells privately. So if you think that your friend is good in something, everybody should know that. Why? Because that is like a push that is required for the friend. So when others are there, you say, he sings very well, okay? You should listen to his singing. That gives him push. Something will happen. But if there is some negativity, quietly, privately, you go and tell that person, see, you did not do this correct, okay? I think there is something wrong. Not publicly. That is Sanmitra Lakshana. Very beautiful. Then, next thing he says is, while giving or while taking, there should be no doubt in mind. So, suppose a friend needs some help. While giving the help, while giving money, while giving whatever, or while taking, you should not feel that, will he give back? Does he really need? Because if there is doubt, then there is no friendship. Friend should just say, I need this much money. And you should just transfer. If you have. That's the next point, which will come also. If you have. You see, ready to help as per one's strength and capacity. Isn't it? Bala anumana sada hitakari. Yes, you are thinking of the benefit, but according to Bala anuman. You don't have capacity, then you cannot. But if you have capacity, you don't think twice. Right? And last point he says is, when that friend is in difficulty, in calamity, loving that friend 100 times more. Loving that friend 100 times more means what? Whatever that friend needs, you should be there to do it. Especially when that friend is going through some difficulty. This is called as Sanmitra Lakshana according to Vedas. Okay. There is one very beautiful Subashita in Sanskrit. Papan nivarayati, yojayate hitaya, guhyam niguhayati, gunan prakati karoti, apadgatam cha na jahati, dadati kale sanmitra lakshanamidam pravadanti santaha papan nivaradayati. He removes that friend from sins and sinful tendencies, yojayate hitaya, and brings him to beneficial path. Guhyam niguhayati, secret of the friend, he keeps it hidden. Gunan prakati karoti, but he makes sure that the virtues of that or the good qualities of that friend come in public. Guhyam niguhyati gunan prakati karoti. Apad gatam cha na jahati. When that friend is in apat, when that friend is in calamity, na jahati, he does not leave him. Dadati kale, and gives in time. Gives in time means what? Gives wealth, gives support, gives friend, whatever is required in time. Not that after that apadgata is over, then you wanted money. No, the money I wanted 1 month back. Now over. Now I have already lost everything. Now no point in giving. Apadgatam chanaja dadati kale. When it is required, one who gives. Sanmitra lakshanamidam. This is called as lakshanas, qualities of sanmitra, good friend. Okay. Here you can see the first point itself is papan nivarayati yojayate hitaya. Brings that friend from wrong path to right path. This is the first thing about friendship. Otherwise, it's not a good friendship. That is the point. Now, in some place, I remember Guruji was telling once that somebody asked that, how many friends should I have? Guruji, while explaining, he explained very beautifully. He says, it is like asking, how much food should I eat? He says, often we think that we should eat how much ever food I can eat. He says, no. We should eat food how much we can digest. There's a difference between how much we can eat and how much we can digest. We should eat how much we can digest, not how much we can eat. He said, in the same way, we should make friendship with others. How many friendship can we fulfill? Not how many friends can I make. Why? Because I can make 100 friends. But if I cannot fulfill those 100 friendships, then what is the point? हिंदी में कहते हैं ना, दोस्ती निभाना आना चाहिए. दोस्ती करना तो आसान बात है. To make friends is easy. Isn't it? Very easy. I tell you, if you are boys, we don't need any logic for friendship. Now, don't think that girls need, but I cannot tell about them because I don't know how they make friends. Boys, I can tell. There will be boys playing cricket, don't know each other at all. No connection. They are playing on the road. In India, to 100% possible. They are playing on the road, you are going and you say, "Arey, cricket." You also start. They don't ask, from where are you? What is your name? What is your caste? What is your religion? And so much friendship that the fellow starts to come home also. It happens or no? Brother's friend becomes my friend by default. There is no... You don't need too many things. No criteria is there. To make friends is easy. But to fulfill friendship, that is a different thing. So, we can make hundreds of friends. That's not the point. The point is we should be able to fulfill that friendship. So, Sri Ramachandra here is explaining to Sugriva who is a good friend. And through that, he is teaching all of us how a friendship should be. And you see, it is a Shastra. So, just as he is explaining who is a good friend, he also explains who is a bad friend. So, after Sanmitra Lakshana, now he gives Kumitra Lakshana. Who is a bad friend? He explains. Aage kah mrudu bachana banai, पाछे अनहित मन कुटिलाई, जाकर चित अहि गति समभाई, अस कुमित्र परिहरे ही भलाई. He says, one who speaks very sweetly in front, but behind keeps on planning and plotting against this fellow. That is Kumitra. So in front of everybody, he is a very good friend. We are inseparable. We are brothers from another mother. Have you heard this? But that is only for saying. Behind, I tell you, yeah, correct only. Worst kind of fellow. Who? Just now you were hugging that person and saying good things about him. This is different, that is different. There are people who change their narrative according to the group that they are in. Such people are generally considered everybody's friends. Why? Because in every group they will go and they will say bad things about the other group. Perfect. But at some point of time their reality will come out. And then they will be thrown out of all groups. Why? Because that is not good friendship. Speaks nicely in front and then does anything behind back. No. Second thing he says, who is a Kumitra? He says, whose mind is like snake. Mind is like snake means what? He thinks something, says something else and does something else only. About friend. Such a person cannot be a good friend. In his mind something is there, words will be something and action will be something else. These two are Kumitra Lakshanas. Alright. Now, Sri Rama has a general statement. He says, 4 people give sorrow. Who are those 4 people? Number 1, bad friend. Bad friend. Cheating woman. Woman who is cheating. Third, miserly master. If your master, if your boss, if your king is a miser, that gives that gives sorrow to everybody. And fourth, he says, is foolish servant. See, you are laughing for the fourth because we all have experienced. Yes or no? You tell them to do something, they will do exact opposite. Now, such a foolish servant will always give sorrow. But mind you, that foolish servant is also attending Ramayana class. And he is smiling at the third point. Miser master, don't just think. Yeah, in India, everybody studies Ramayana. Right? So you think that servant is foolish. The foolish thing, I am my master. No. And they have their groups. Much stronger groups. Isn't it? All servants put together. I'll tell you one secret. Here in this campus, the strongest group is of chechis. Not of bosses and management trustees, etc. No, they may not meet. Months together they may not meet. They just come there for decision taking and then they go back. The strongest group is always of the servants. Therefore, just as you are talking about them, every day they are talking about you people. Don't think that just like that, suddenly something changes. I am sure some responsibilities have changed because of this only. I tell you, my room that I clean, that person keeps the room so dirty. They are talking all these things. Why? Because their master gives them sorrow. You are sad. Why? Because your servant gives you sorrow. So Bhagavan puts both of them. And Bhagavan says 4 people give sorrow. Alright. Between master and servant relationship, they give sorrow to each other. If the servant is foolish, if the master is miser, then they give sorrow to each other. But important point what he wants to say is, first, bad friend gives sorrow. Okay? But good friend gives joy. And therefore, Sri Rama says to Sugriva, you are my dear friend, you are a good friend. And therefore, give up all your worry. Now, your worry is my worry. You said that you have problem with Vali, that is now my problem. Don't worry now, that you forget. Start thinking about something else. Because that problem is gone. That is solved. Now you think of something else. Very nice. Sri Rama said to Sugriva that you forget. Don't worry. But Sugriva says, Bhagavan, Yes. I just want to say something. Please don't feel hurt. But Vali is very strong. Huh? What do you mean Vali is very strong? He says Vali is Mahabala. And actually Vali is Mahabala, okay? There are many stories. Vali has got a special boon. That boon is, whenever Vali goes to fight with somebody, that person's half strength comes to Vali. So already Vali is very powerful, plus the opponent, whatever power he has, half of the power he loses, that gets added to Vali's power. Therefore, Vali becomes undefeated. Actually, there is one very interesting story that comes in one of the Ramayanas. I love that story. Once, Ravana came and he came near this Kishkindha, and Vali was giving argya. He was doing his ritual, everyday ritual he was doing. So Ravana thought that let me trouble him. Rakshasa mind, what else will he think? When somebody is doing some good thing, he will say that let me go and trouble. So it is said that Ravana went to disturb Vali. Vali just looked at Ravana, got irritated, and Vali tied Ravana with his tail. Okay? He finished all his karma, whatever he was doing, he finished that, then looked at Ravana was tied to his tail. And then he took this Ravana to all 7 oceans. And he will fly, he will jump and then go somewhere and put Ravana into the water. And till the time he is not able to breathe, then we'll pull him out. Then we'll take him to another ocean. Then we'll do like, really? In one Ramayana it is explained. It is said that when he brought Ravana after doing the entire pradakshina of earth again to that place, he left that Ravana from his tail. Ravana went running back to Lanka. It is said because of that, Ravana never came ahead of Kishkindha. And that's why Dasharatha's kingdom or all the kingdoms which were there, they were still safe. Because Ravana was scared of this Vali. See? So once there was a king in the south who protected the northerners from the southern demon, and therefore the history gives it back, and the kings in the middle protected the southern part from the northern invaders also. You see, it has to give back, no? That is what we did. Maharashtra, Karnataka, all that border, all the kings, Vijayanagar Samrajya, Maratha Samrajya, they made sure that the Mughals don't penetrate into Tamil Nadu, Kerala, etc., the southern part, which was already tormented by Ravana. Why again trouble, no? They have already faced. And you see, it is possible, I will tell you. See, my theories are my theories, you know. And I am not asking you to accept also. See, I am very liberal person, okay. I am just giving you my theories. You want to accept, you accept. You don't want to accept, don't accept. Mahabharata war, if you see, kingdoms are there, so many kingdoms. You see from everywhere. Anybody from Lanka in Mahabharata war? Do you see? Anybody from Kerala, Tamil Nadu? You see? Why? They were still recovering from Ravana's problems. Ravana had created so much of destruction that they were not even good kingdoms at that time. No, I am not joking. If you really see the history, the Mahabharata war, the southernmost part that they speak of is Vidarbha and Karnataka. That's it. Andhra. But they don't come there. Why? So much devastation Ravana had caused. That's why it took time for them to come back. So the point is what? The point is, Vali was very strong. Now, Sugriva is telling Sri Rama, you are telling me that you will kill Vali in one arrow. Okay. See, I don't know your power. But I know Vali's power. Now the problem with you is, you know your power, but you don't know Vali's power. And therefore, before entering into the fight, at least let us match. What? Either you should know what is Vali's power, or I should know what is your power. Then I will be able to tell whether this fight can happen or not, whether you will be able to kill Vali or not. See, if you see strategically, this is correct only. But you are talking to Sri Rama. So Sugriva said, Bhagavan, I just want confirmation. Bhagavan said, okay, I will give you confirmation. Anything for the friend, okay? Even if you have to show, why should Sri Rama show his power, you tell me? He could have just said, please refer to my biodata. Khara Dushana Trisharas, 14,000 demons in 1 hour alone. Lakshmana, attested copy. You give proof. He could have said that, but he said no. You want proof? I will give you proof. Not the proof of the past. Immediate proof. It is said that the Dundubi Rakshasa who was killed by Vali, you remember? And the carcass was there in that Krishamukha Parvata. With his one thumb, he pushed that entire carcass and threw it in the ocean. Now, don't ask me which ocean, okay? But because this is Kishkindha, which is in the center part, no, it could have been any ocean, it would have been far only. From Hampi, both oceans are very far. Okay, one side is less, but still it is quite far. With one thumb, he pushed. Sugriva was still not confirming. He said, this is dead carcass. What do you want? So he said, there are some 7 big Tala Vrikshas were there. Tala are huge trees. No, in some movies, etc., you must have seen, no, that some 10 people are required to go around and then they hug and then the base of the tree is covered. You know, such kind of huge trees. It is said that if you can break these 7 trees, I will believe that you have power. And what Sri Rama does? With one arrow only he breaks all the 7. And it is said that he in one shot breaks all the 7 trees and the arrow comes back to him. This is not my version, okay? This is there in Ramayana. That arrow comes back. And arrow coming back is very important. It will be required later. Okay? Callback is there to this. So therefore, he shoots one arrow, all the 7 Tala Vrikshas fall down and the arrow comes back. When he sees that, Sugriva says, now this is a person who can kill Vali. Very interesting. He says, Bhagavan, you are so powerful and you are my master. Actually, I am rethinking now. What? What will happen if I kill Vali? What is the point in having kingdom? What is the point in gaining back my wife? My entire life should be in your service. First chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna's. Every single that he says here. If I fight, I will win. If I win, I will get kingdom. What is the point of that kingdom? Bhagavan, you are so powerful. I just want to be your servant. I don't want anything else. And he surrenders. Now here, few things we must understand. Okay, what are the things that we must understand? See, looking at somebody's strength, your immediate response, especially somebody's strength means God's strength, your immediate response should be of surrendering. Ravana's response was opposite. Because Ravana also saw Sri Rama's strength. When Sri Ramachandra killed Khara, Dushana and Trishiras, Ravana saw. What was Ravana's response? Let me be his enemy. Arey, idiot fellow. You should say that he is so strong, he is God of the universe, I should surrender. So Sugriva is correct in one point, that looking at the strength of Bhagavan, he says that I am your servant and therefore I surrender. But the kind of vairagya that has come to him immediately, saying that I don't want kingdom, what is the point in killing Vali? That is little misplaced vairagya, because it is just a passing thought. It's not dridha vairagya or anything. He says also, Aba Prabhu Kripa Karahu Ehi Bhati, Sabataji Bhajanu Karahu Din Rati. Oh Bhagavan, you please bless me that I should give up everything and I should keep serving you and worshipping you. Now it is said, Sri Ramachandra, after listening to this, smiles. Sri Ramachandra smile, that is Vishnu Bhagavan smile, very dangerous. Because when he smiles, you never know what is going to happen. What is happening? Why is he smiling? No, simple thing you can say is that he understood that this Sugriva's Vairagya is not real Vairagya. He is just saying like this because he saw something. Like, sometimes we go to some place. Like you all went to Anakur to see Chinmaya Vishwavidyapit. And after going there, what was your first thought? Which you told me also. Oh Vedji, it is so beautiful. Vedanta Sadhaka Course should happen here. Did I reply? Yes. What did I say? I said wait for 2 days. Then you will say this place is better. Why? You go and talk to Anakur people who have lived here. They all want to come back. They say this place is so beautiful. That place is also beautiful, but doesn't have this charm. Why? Because this thought of liking a place and therefore wanting to stay there and therefore giving up other thing is not permanent thought. It is a passing thought. You go to some natural place, very beautiful and very nice, and you say, oh, this is where I want to stay. Wait for 1 more day. Then, when is our return ticket? Immediately, you want to go back. So, Sri Rama immediately understands that this Sugriva's thought that he doesn't want to kill Vali, he doesn't want, and that is not permanent Vairagya. That's why he smiled. There is another way of looking at his smile also. Whenever Bhagavan smiles, it dilutes people. Why? Because, see, suppose, for a moment, let us say that Sugriva decides that I don't want to fight. I don't want to kill Vali. I don't want the kingdom. Nothing. Now, if he doesn't want kingdom, then he won't search for Sita Ji also. Because it is both ways. How will the story move forward? Mind you, Sri Rama is director and actor of the story. Okay. So, he has to take the story forward. And therefore, he says, see, Sugriva, once I have said something, it has to become true. If I have said that I will kill Vali in 1 arrow, I will kill Vali in 1 arrow. He doesn't say that change your mind, etc. That and all he is not saying. He is just telling, do this. What? I am going to kill Vali, whether you want it or not. Why? That is decided now. Now it can't change. That is saying this. Now Kakabhushundi ji Garuda. This katha is happening all ghats we have seen. So where Kakabhushundi ji is telling Garuda that Bhagavan is making everybody dance according to his Leela. Like what? Like that Madari. Madari is there, no? Madari, you understand Madari? There is no English equivalent of Madari, okay? Madari is the one who takes care of that monkey and who does that street shows, etc. How that Madari makes that monkey dance? Jamure. And that Jamura will go round and round and will start jumping. He says like that Bhagavan is making everybody dance. And I tell you, perfect simile. Why? Sugriva is Vanara only. Sri Ramachandra is making Sugriva follow according to what the Leela is supposed to be. Vali has to be killed. Sugriva has to get the kingdom back. Sugriva has to help in finding Sita Ji. Everybody what they have come for, that has to happen. How much ever you may think that this is so wonderful, no, the story has to move forward. And therefore, Bhagavan says, now Sugriva, let us go. It is time to kill Vali. Saying this, Bhagavan takes him to Kishkindha. Okay? 1 day will be required for going from Rishamukha Parvata to Kishkindha. We will see that next session. Another interesting thing I will tell you. In this whole conversation, Hanumanji is quietly listening. Did you notice? He has not said anything. Why? Both are his masters. Both are his masters. If he supports one, it will be wrong on the other side. He keeps quiet. It's the best thing to do. Hanumanji. Even his silence is meaningful. Veera Maruti, Gambhira Maruti.
Veera Maruti, Gambhira Maruti.
Veera Maruti, Ati Dhira Maruti.
Veera Maruti, Ati Dhira Maruti.
Gita Maruti, Sangita Maruti.
Gita Maruti, Sangita Maruti.
Duta Maruti, Rama Duta Maruti.
Duta Maruti, Rama Duta Maruti.
Bhakta Maruti, Parama Bhakta Maruti.
Bhakta Maruti, Parama Bhakta Maruti.
Veera Maruti, Gambhira Maruti.
Veera Maruti, Gambhira Maruti.
Gambhira Maruti.
Gambhira Maruti.
Gambhira Maruti.
Gambhira Maruti.
सियावर रामचंद्र की
जय।
पवन सुत हनुमान की
जय।
उमापति महादेव की
जय।
बोलो भाई सब संतन की
जय।
सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की
जय।
ओम पूर्णमद पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ओम शांति शांति शांति। हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम।